Jonah and the Great Fish, a peaceful Bible bedtime story about Jonah. Long ago, in a quiet land near the shining waters of the Great Sea, there lived a man named Jonah. He was a prophet, someone who listened carefully to the wisdom of God and carried important messages to others. Jonah lived during the days when kings ruled cities with tall gates and stone towers. Far across the desert stood the great city of Nineveh, a powerful place filled with busy streets and crowded markets. One evening, as the golden light of the sun faded into the hills, Jonah received an important message. He was to travel to Nineveh. There he would speak to the people and warn them to turn away from their harmful ways and choose a better path. But when Jonah heard this message, his heart became troubled. Nineveh was far away, and the journey felt frightening. So instead of traveling toward Nineveh, Jonah chose another direction. He went down to a harbor town and boarded a ship sailing across the sea, hoping to travel far away from his task. The ship creaked softly as it left the shore. Gentle waves rocked the vessel, and the sailors busied themselves with ropes and sails. Jonah went below the deck and soon fell into a deep sleep. For a while, the sea remained calm. But before long, dark clouds gathered over the water. The wind grew stronger. The waves began to rise. Soon the peaceful sea had turned into a powerful storm. The ship tossed up and down as thunder rolled across the sky. The sailors rushed from one side of the deck to the other, trying to keep the ship steady. They feared the storm might break the ship apart. At last they woke Jonah from his sleep. The captain went to him and said, "How can you sleep? Get up and call on your God. Maybe he will take notice of us so that we will not perish." Jonah knew the truth in his heart. The storm had come because he had tried to run away from the path set before him. So Jonah told the sailors something surprising. "If you throw me into the sea," he said quietly, "the storm will become calm." The sailors hesitated, for they did not wish to harm him. But the wind grew even stronger, and the waves crashed higher and higher against the ship. At last, with heavy hearts, they lowered Jonah into the raging sea. And the moment he entered the water, the storm stopped. The wind faded. The sea became still once more. But Jonah did not sink into the darkness of the deep. Instead, something remarkable happened. A great fish, sent at just the right moment, swallowed Jonah whole. Inside the great fish, Jonah sat quietly in the darkness. There were no roaring winds there, no crashing waves, only silence. And in that quiet place, Jonah had time to think. He remembered the message he had been given. He thought about the path he had tried to escape. And there, inside the great fish, Jonah prayed. After 3 days and 3 nights, the great fish carried Jonah through the water and gently released him onto dry land. The sea breeze touched his face. The sky stretched wide above him, and Jonah knew it was time to continue the journey he had once tried to avoid. So this time, he walked in the right direction. He traveled across the hills and dusty roads until he finally reached the city of Nineveh. There he shared the message he had been given. And the people listened. They began to turn away from their harmful ways and choose kindness and wisdom instead. And so the city was given another chance. As night falls and the world grows quiet, the story of Jonah leaves us with a gentle lesson. Sometimes the paths we try to avoid are the very ones that lead to something good. Even when we wander or make mistakes, there is always a chance to begin again. Jonah's journey through storm and the sea reminds us that guidance can find us even in the darkest places. And tonight, as the stars shine softly above the quiet earth, we remember that every journey can find its way back to peace. And with that peaceful thought resting in our hearts, the night grows calm, the winds grow still, and the world gently drifts into sleep. Good night.